Hello, everybody. My name is Dani, and welcome to Realistic Intentionality, the podcast highlighting how everyone lives very intentional lives in very different ways. Today, I have a very special guest. He's a good friend of mine. I have been on one of his podcasts. He's an incredible dude, very passionate about building strong businesses as a way for communities to thrive and for people to find their network and their tribe, both in business and in pleasure. So, everyone, give a warm welcome to David of Across the Way and Simply Heaven.
You're doing great. Keep going.
And Crosstalk.
You got 90% of it. Yeah, good job.
All right, David. Where can everyone find you? What you do? What's up with you?
Yeah, so the business is Across the Way LLC, a space Cross the Way LLC. Then the podcast with businesses and ministry leaders and just leaders in general is Crosstalk. And Simply Heaven just dropped, which is a podcast with two friends of mine from church, and we just talk about the concept of how getting to heaven is simple, but the actual application of it is where the challenge lies.
I love that because that's very similar to what I try to do here on my platform, which is about like you can create the life that you exist for, but it's going to take like realistic intentions and mindfulness and awareness of your own strengths and weaknesses and all the fine-tuning of routines on the way. David and I like to go on each other's podcasts and make as many edits as possible.
Yeah, so this is going to be my goal of realistic intentionality, is to realistically be intentional about how many edits I have to make you make for this. Yeah, so you're welcome in advance.
This is the nightmare episode. I might post this around Halloween. This will be the Halloween
I should have
special.
brought, you were so against it, but like, if it's going to be Halloween, then we should have had the little Hulkster on.
Yes.
I should have made the phone call.
My dog's also barking, which is also a great sign for this podcast in general.
Love it.
Yeah, but yeah, David has an alter ego.
I don't. I have a friend.
A friend.
Yeah.
Little Hulkster, who...
Why are you laughing?
Because I just, like, imagined the little Hulkster did a hamburger eating contest.
He did.
And...
Little Hulkster shoveled 7 hamburgers down his gullet and...
7?
7, and finished in 5th place in his first ever hamburger eating contest, ever eating any food eating contest. And was only 1 burger away from tying 4th place and would have gotten a cash prize. So, unfortunate. He was a little upset about it, but, it's okay.
He was also creating content at the same time. So, really, he should have gotten some sort of, a prize for that. A prize for that in itself.
Yeah. He had fun. I wish I could have been there to witness it, but, I had to miss it. I had other obligations that day.
I missed it. I didn't have my ID, and it was in a beer garden, and I didn't feel like getting my ID to be around all that, so. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Well. So, David, aside from your intentions to brutalize this platform and this podcast, what are some things that you like to do? I mean, you obviously host your own podcast. What does your business do?
Yeah, so Across the Way LLC is all forms of digital marketing. So from website design to SEO, local SEO, social media marketing, and social media management. Content creation, so that is, doing... I include in my description of content creation, like making videos, taking pictures, also like blog posting and stuff like that, which normal digital marketing lingo is like content creation is just like blog post creation and stuff like that, which I help other businesses get their podcasts up off the ground, whether that's a video podcast, just audio podcasts. All in all, it's really just like helping other local businesses and leaders in communities just wanting to get their message out there and get their brand out there, just giving them the opportunity to do so and helping out in the realm that I've kind of learned how to specialize in, which is like through digital marketing.
That's awesome.
Voice crack.
Sorry guys, I just went through puberty finally.
No. Only took you
29 years.
Late bloomer over here.
Oh, nice piss bottle, David.
Thank you. I made it myself this morning.
Nice.
You see, on the holistic scene, do you know how many nutrients get excreted from your own urine? So when you drink your own urine, you actually can then replenish what your body's leaving out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I should be charging double for my golden showers. Got it.
Listen, good business practice is you mark it up 3 times what it actually costs you. So I would say probably a little bit more too.
All right. That's good to know. See, David, he knows business. Whatever your business is, go ahead and ask him all those questions because he will know the right answers.
You're being a little too generous. I think
He'll know some of the answers.
I'll know.
Golden shower answers and urine related answers.
Bingo. That's the specialty. That's it.
There you go. Nice. Anyway, so we did talk about, we have a shared interest in the Silly Goose in
We do. I love the shout out Silly Goose, by the way. If you're watching this, I reached out to you. I know you're not, but that's okay. Nate, listen. If you for some odd reason this comes up on your profile and you see this, I am the guy that reached out to you on Facebook to do a crosstalk interview, and you politely just read the message and didn't respond, which I understand. You're busy. You've got content that you're making. You don't know anything about me. But I would love to do an interview with you because I think we have very similar personalities, sense of humor, and it would be great to sit down with you. But anyway,
or you can come on this pod.
If you want to actually get visible,
I don't market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes it, not markets.
Yep. I put it out there, and I hope maybe at some point someone will find it. Hopefully before I'm dead, but probably not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the life of an artist.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I'll make it a mission that at your funeral, saying I'm still here, and that we will the whole eulogy will just be us watching all of your realistic intentionalto podcast.
That would be so unfortunate for all the attendees to have to go through. I really have been wanting to watch through all my episodes and bookmark my favorite moments and then do one of those a compilation videos of Dani's 5 favorite moments from season 1.
Yeah.
And I know that when I listen to my own, even when I edit them, I'm always oh, I'm genuinely interested in this own conversation that I've had. But to the idea, I have probably 25 hours of content alone just now, and I haven't even uploaded a bunch. So that would be a very long funeral.
Yeah.
So
well, that's when the help of AI comes in handy, because so when I wrapped up season 1 of Crosstalk, it was actually kind of a last minute decision in a way, because I was looking up better ways to market, and so I was researching how I can do it to really promote it. And one of the things that it said was what month was that? I guess it was July. So the end of July was coming, and it was a 5-week month because I normally post the new episodes on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. So it suggested that on months that have 5 weeks, to use that extra week as the promotion recap week. So I was able to go back through that, and I posted 2 to 3 clips from each of my podcasts that I did, and that whole week I just got to use as my favorite moments of that. So then I didn't have to compile it, and all of those clips were already in the software that I use that makes the shorts and everything like that. So it was super simple. All I had to do was just schedule them and stuff.
Oh no, I'll give you dude, you deserve the most props for how you have streamlined your processes, as well as dude, your equipment at the Simply Heaven podcast, because I will be on an episode depending on when everything's released. Probably by the time this is released, it's already out. So.
Probably not. The Simply Heaven podcast, we were under the impression from the get-go of so many podcasts, when they're trying to get started, they'll try to do it posting on the fly and doing stuff, and then things happen, you'll get traction, and then something happens, and then you don't have content to post or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So we currently, I adjusted the math because we just dropped our first episode September 2nd. I'm going to say the date because of, I don't know when this will be aired, But as
this isn't getting aired for months.
Yeah, right. So that's why I wanted to do the drop of the date. We currently, at this moment, have 26 recorded episodes already in the chamber that we can post. So, like, normally we'll get together, like, once a week on a Monday, and we'll record 2 episodes. And, like, that's been working for us. But, like, the good thing is now we didn't get together yesterday. And that was okay, because we have so many episodes that we can... Backlogged. So, for anybody that's looking to get started in doing something, I would highly recommend doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And... give it time and just get ready for promotion. But anyway, thank you for that compliment.
Oh, yes.
But I wanted to clarify that you probably...
How often are you going to be, like, posting for Simply Heaven?
Once a week.
Okay.
For right now. Unless we really start to get a stockpile up and we see the traction, then we might go, maybe posting 2 times a week. That's, like, such... Like, honestly, that is one of those things for us, like, it's just... I'm, like, so blessed to even be in that group because them two have been friends for over a decade at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Their wives were high school best friends.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Steve then married in to meet with Greg when, like, they did, like, a double date, got together. And then Steve and Greg, of all things, just hit it off. And now they're, like, arguably closer than, like, their wives are, which is, like, so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, like, friends for such a long time. And then Steve brought Greg to a Bible study men's group that I was a part of through my church. And I don't even know how this whole thing got started, but Greg was sharing, like, him being in business, what he was doing. Steve got Greg and I connected, and then Greg and I now also, oddly enough, have, like, a really strong relationship outside of Steve, which is, like, super cool because, like, Steve connected us. And then it's just been a cool thing. Like, they just, like, kind of, me being significantly younger than them.
Yeah.
But they've just kind of, like, older brother kind of me into their group. And now we're just, like, we have, like, a clique. It's, like, the 3 of us, and we just get to sit down on Mondays, and it's really cool. Like, we'll get together, like, right around lunchtime. We'll eat lunch together, fellowship, catch up, talk about stuff, get real with each other, which I love, and then record 2 podcast episodes. We'll pray out, and then we're done for the day. And
the chemistry is very, very good. Like, honestly, when we came on, it was like I was a little nervous because I'm like, I've never been on a podcast with that many voices going on at once. Like that.
That was the most voices we ever had on a podcast too. Normally it's literally just 3. Yeah. Because we were kind of lucky where when we brought guests on, it was when Steve couldn't make it. Oh, right. So it was just be like Greg and I, and then a guest. So it was always like Greg and I have been so used to, like, the 3. So, like, having, like, the 5 people there was interesting, to say the least. Yeah. It was a lot, but,
the chemistry was very good. It was, time flew by. I definitely feel like from, because I always view things from a producer kind of standpoint, just from doing all this. I was like, wow, that actually was, like, very good. Like, the energy was very up. Very interesting listen. Definitely lots of giggles. I don't know, dude. You're just, like, you also make me laugh, like, too much, and it's like you're just a funny dude. And, like, thank you. But your friends,
they're funnier.
They were really funny too. So it was, like, hard to, like, again, just I when David was on Two Mamas No Manual, which look for that episode because that goes way more in depth with David's kind of life story and his pretty much intentions. Really, that could have been on this pod, but watch that. But I kind of was, like, telling him while recording, it was getting harder and harder to segue from the serious stuff or from the humor that was getting thrown in back into the serious stuff. And I don't know, you're just like, it was kind of like that on Simply Heaven too, whereas, like, even in the dark nights of the soul, just so lighthearted, so much humor, so much humility. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of, like, my humor comes from, like, I grew up a very obese child, and my mom would always tell me, like, people can't make fun of you if you make the joke first.
Yes, I raised my sons with that in mind also.
There's some good and gold that came from that, There's also some things that I've had to work through because like then I never really understood my self-worth aside of like belittling and degrading myself. But I'm at the point now where I'm like I'm not a I mean, I'm a short guy. Not like
Short king?
short king, yeah.
What's your height? Drop it. You can't just say that.
Well, it depends. I mean,
Yeah, well, what's it in at the doctor's office, not on Tinder?
I don't have Tinder, so that we're good there.
Okay.
It's 5'7".
He's a Hinge guy.
No, I'm not a on a dating app at all guy. I don't believe in dating
You're
apps.
in marketing. You would do so well.
Trust me, when I've had them, I've definitely done very well, but that's not the lifestyle I want to live anymore.
Right. Well, no, true that. True that.
But yeah, 5'7".
5'7"?
Yeah.
That's a good height.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like tall guys. I'm just going to say you heard it here first. I think
Hot take.
I know. It's
How tall's Dylan?
I don't know because I don't care because I've dated guys that were like almost 7 foot. Freakish. And do you know
Have you ever seen that meme of do you know who Jeanette McCurdy is?
Yes.
The girl. Okay.
Yeah.
When she was like dating that, I think he was like supposed to be like an NBA star at some point.
Oh.
He was like sick. Like she's like 5'2".
So it was like one of these numbers.
But then it like they would like show the picture of them two like side by side, and then it would do a cutaway to like that train that was trying to go through like the tiny little train one just goes.
Dude.
And I was like, yeah, that's all I get reminded of when you were saying that you're dating a 7 foot tall guy. I'm just like that visual, and that just comes to my head. Anyway,
Of course
continue.
that did. Yeah. No, I should charge you for that. But no.
Absolutely not.
Dude, there'd be like no, because it's like when they're so much taller than you, they have to like bend down to give you a hug.
Well, that's how I feel when I hug
when
I hug Steve.
Oh yeah, Steve from Simply Heaven. He's super tall.
I think 6'5", maybe 6'6", something like that.
Dude.
Freakishly tall.
No, literally before he was late, and so Dylan and I were in the studio.
Typical Steve.
Yeah, and then David just looks at me and he's like, "Oh, just so you know, Steve is a giant, super tall black man." And like you just said it like that, like very deadpan. And I was like, "Is that like a joke?" So
let me guess, you were envisioning like a 5 foot tall white guy.
Yeah, like I was just like, oh, okay, like I guess that's a joke. And then comes in Steve, legitimately the biggest, like tallest, towering black man I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, like how it was almost shocking. I was just on the nose. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, fair enough.
You see, it's funny how sometimes when like, and I've learned this about myself too, like I can say things in such a way where I'm being very honest and transparent and truthful, but then it's like people just take it sarcastically. So then like, because you didn't tell me that in the time being until after like Steve walked in, and then you shared that, and I was like, that worked. Yeah.
No, I do that.
See, that's my favorite type of humor, is like when it's like the unexpected humor.
Yes. Well, I like that too. That's probably why like it's hard for us to have a regular functional business talk, because I think we just both hit each other, because I'll like trauma drop real casually, or like, you know, like we had the ongoing gag in the Two Mamas No Manual where it's like, oh, this is trash, like I got this from the trash, and just like throw it out and kind of just like let it land.
Speaking of trash, any new trash you want to showcase? Let's showcase the trash.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I get given stuff. Like I got given that elephant right behind you. That was nice.
This is a trash elephant.
It was given.
Oh, and there's a little baby elephant in the middle.
I know.
Oh, that's
no,
so
I
cool.
think Dana found it from a thrift store, and so she gave it to me. It is more of a gift.
Shout out Dana, wonderful elephant gift.
There is a dresser outside Russo's that I kind of want.
Oh.
It might have got taken though. What's trash day?
You
would think I would know, but I don't.
Yeah, you should probably be on that if you're, a
It was
trash
mid-century.
collector.
It was a really good dresser.
You know how many views you would get if you would start like a YouTube channel of like Trash to Treasure with Danny, and then you'd literally just like vlog yourself like just driving around the streets picking up trash?
Oh, I watch those all the time on TikTok, so I know. I know. Yeah, there's so many things I could do to capitalize and get notoriety or clout or followers, and I just don't.
Yeah.
And it's like I know I could, but
missed opportunity.
Yeah, I like to put out something that makes me feel like it's good and purposeful in the world and not expect it to like carry me home anywhere. But just to know that like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm trying to help people. Like the amount of times I've cried on this podcast and I've had guests open up, it's like that makes it, you know, makes me feel okay. Like if I died tomorrow, like I've done something. But I would love to make trash content. Oh.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a really good job of making trash content. It's just not the trash.
No, I know.
Like
it's
physical,
like
tangible trash.
Truly, I am making trash content, you could say. And a lot of my content features trash. This couch I found next to a dumpster. And it's my favorite thing.
And it smells like it just came off the street, too. So.
Well, you watched my dog piss on it last time.
I'm actually sitting, I think, in the exact spot.
No, it was over.
It?
It was
oh,
over
that's
here.
right. It was over by me.
And I dumped a lot. Because we were about to record, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get, like, a green machine and, like, suck it out. So I just, like, dumped a bunch of Lysol on it when we were about to record. And, you know, before you came, I, like, cleaned this carpet because it's a washable carpet. So I, like, took that to the laundromat. And I literally stuck my whole face into that piss spot. And it did not smell like piss. So
good job.
I handled it. Yeah.
You did.
I did it, guys. The pod couch does not smell like Sophie piss.
There we go.
Finally. Thank God. But, you know, the rest of the house, questionable. That's what happens. We now have 4 cats. 4 cats. And a dog. And a 5-year-old boy. And sometimes a teenage boy. And a man in construction. So... my house is just going to be dirty and full of smells, and I've accepted that. That is my realistic intentions, is to just make the best of it, right?
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah. And, I didn't set the bar too high. It's like, it's not like I have anthropology. I literally have trash furniture, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least you understand the environment.
Would you go dumpster diving with me?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should we make content on that? Would you make content in a dumpster?
I would 100% make content in a dumpster. Are you kidding me? So this is going to be a little bit of a lesser shout out because of it's going to probably
a lesser shout out
because this is going to be posted after anyway. But it's in West Reading and they're having their Fall Fest. So my head immediately goes to, well, fall is, they're talking about, like, you know, the fall foliage, fall of the season. I go to fall as in, like, literally falling. So I messaged Leah right away and I said, are you going to this? And if so, can we just make a bunch of content videos of me just falling down in random places?
That's awesome, dude.
And as we're falling, we're going to be like, Fall Fest! And they're like, fall back. Like, so, like, trust falls, tripping up steps, falling down steps, falling in public, throwing drinks, you know, stuff like that. You know, funny fall stuff.
I decorated a pumpkin and it said 'tis the season to fall, and then I painted 9/11 on it.
Was that supposed to be funny?
No, I actually did it. That wasn't a joke. I actually did that.
No, I mean, like, I know you did it. That's not what I was going for. But like you trying to be funny with like the 9/11 thing, because people died, Danny.
Yeah.
2,000 people lost their lives. Do you think that's funny?
Yeah.
You're sick.
I tried. Thanks. The puppies are sick. Get them to the vet. I used to work out. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a throwback to Little Hulkster. Let's see those 24-inch pythons. Go ahead. There it is.
Nice. For those who are just listening to this pod, I am flexing, and there's the biggest, most like Terry Crews, Dwayne The Rock Johnson muscles, just like.
I love how you just missed the complete opportunity of not even just name dropping Hulk Hogan, because he was known.
You
for his
already
arms.
did that.
I said the Little Hulkster.
Right, but people understand. That's basically a.
You would have given him a run for his money. I'm glad that there was no pictures of you flexing with him. He would have felt very insecure.
Yeah, I was working the Boy Scouts burger stand, so I didn't get to see him very often. But
yeah, that's all right.
I think I saw you when I was setting up, and then
I wasn't there.
Down.
You saw the Little Hulkster.
Right, Little Hulkster.
People keep confusing us. I don't understand it.
I don't know. Different mustache colors. How could people get them confused?
Yeah, different mustache styles too.
I know.
I can't even do so there's a cross-talk episode coming out with, I sat down with the Little Hulkster because I was just so sick and tired of people saying that like we were the same person and confusing us.
Right.
And like in that episode, like I brought it up to him and he thought it was super funny, like how people could have confused us.
Yeah.
And then he forced me, of all things, to do my best Hulk Hogan impersonation.
Was it good?
Hey, brother. Like, and he laughed at me.
Yeah.
Laughed in my face. I felt super disrespected.
Not very good.
You know, he makes good content, and I'll give him that, but he, you know, when you sit down with him, he can be a little rude.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you have any other friends that you might be whipping out in the future?
I don't know. So here's a fun little thing about me. I do kind of have a hidden talent of impersonations. Like I can do some. I haven't done a lot in a while, but like there was a time like I could do a Barack Obama, a Morgan Freeman. Trump was a fun one. Actually, I tried to find this, but I can't find it anymore. I guess Instagram took it down. But when I was in high school, that was the first time that Trump was running. I was at election time. And I made a fake Instagram account because I had a really good Donald Trump impersonation. And it was called David J. Trump, but it is not on Instagram anymore. So you can try. I mean, if anybody can try to find it, I've tried numerous times. I've had other people try to find it to see if, like, pulling it up. It's not there. I can't find it, but...
Dude, that's so heartbreaking when you have, like, ancient content that literally was so good, but it's just gone. I have tons of that. Yeah. One time I had to make a diversity, like, training video for, like, my... technical school I went to, and it ended up being the most politically incorrect South Park-esque video.
I love that for you.
Like, did I cast anybody that I should have? No. Did I have, instead of getting the many students in wheelchairs, such as my good friend Roger, in it? No. Instead, I put a girl in an office chair and pretended that was a wheelchair. And and I just like what I would do to bear witness to that one more time in my life.
Yeah. You know, this conversation's reminding me of like why I don't like eating vegetables.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
because like the wheelchair always gets stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Dude, you're talking shit on me eating a veggie burger at Red Robin.
So, yeah. You want to hear something like super funny?
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
All right, good. So, when I was in high school, I took a girl out on a date to Red Robin. Surprising, yeah. You know, high school, low budget. Shout out to Red Robin and your wonderful burgers, by the way. Fantastic burgers.
I still stand the Red Robin, so.
Yeah, just not the Taste of Hamburger Festival. But anyway,
that won't make the cut, don't worry.
All right, good. Yeah, they were trash. So I have this thing, like, whenever I go to a restaurant, I can be so like particular, like I'll just choose and pick the same old thing over and over and over again. So like I used to do this thing and it's now morphed into a different thing, but I would just like when I would never look at the menu, but then as soon as the waiter would come to take the order, I'll just like put my finger down on the menu and then order what was there. And I did that at Red Robin and I finger pointed on the veggie burger. And I was like, oh. And I was very disappointed. But it was an okay burger.
Was it like the Impossible, like the fake meat, or was it just the veggie, like the patty, like vegetables shoved into it?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was one of them. It was not a it was a vegan style burger. It wasn't meat. It wasn't terrible. I won't give it that much bad, but like I not being a vegan myself, I do love the taste of meat.
Yeah.
And I was it was a little upsetting. So that's when I changed it from shout out Sophie.
Good thing it's just you.
Yeah, just me. Yeah. You know, you did such a wonderful intro of like this very special
intro
guest.
that you have made fun of me endlessly about not just pre-recording. Every time I tell David, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just do an intro. Like he's always
I do those intros, but like I mean like the overall intro of like.
Not like, the wrapping around the mic.
Go ahead. Give all the listeners a show. There you go.
Like I could squeeze it like a watermelon.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Anyway, go on, David.
Please don't cut this part out. This is great content.
Go on. We're acting natural. This is great.
This is so natural for me. You're making this weird.
I'm making this weird.
You said that the microphone had to be here. And I had my legs crossed. I just wanted
to be close enough to you, but not in front of your face. All right? Go ahead. Put it in front of your face so you can't use the clips, David. Go ahead.
No, I love your setup. You do such a wonderful job.
Do you know, I literally was like, I'm going to show David. He's going to show up, and I'm going to give him the most professional-ass interview. then as soon as I saw that you dyed your mustache back, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can't do it. And now you're drinking piss. And it's in frame the whole time. David's piss.
Buy yours today at davidspiss.com.
With every business consult, David will grant you.
We'll get that shot too.
Yeah, that's your close-up. So yeah. David's piss. Great.
It's emergency. I woke up with a sore throat this morning.
Thanks. Glad you came through.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Yeah. I love editing YouTube videos. Like that's where like my passion is. That's my favorite. And
cool. I can just start sending you my crosstalks because I don't mind it because I've like streamlined it.
But that's like, a pod, right?
Not really. I use YouTube Create and I upload the video. I insert the intro that it's already recorded. And
right. That's what we were talking about was how you talk shit on me doing. Yeah. But then you just said it was nice. So.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you like doing it. I just don't like. I'm all about efficiency.
It's nice that you like doing it.
Yeah, I'm just all about efficiency. Like, it doesn't take me terribly long. And I did change. I did start now. I shortened my intro, and then I do record a secondary intro to promote the specific business itself. So like it does add a little bit extra that I have to do to like a quick like.
So you have 2 intros.
Well, like the main intro for the podcast is the same, and then like I'll intro like the business itself.
I want to roast it, but it's actually really nice to do that. So that was a nice idea to.
Yeah, shout out Caleb for that. He gave me that idea.
Oh. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Caleb is phenomenal with so he's in a band. I'm just gonna promote everybody. Mumser. If you haven't heard them, you definitely need to check them out. They are phenomenal.
Shout out Mumser.
Mumser, which in Hebrew stands for bastard.
Love that.
Yeah.
A Mumser.
Mumser. It's spelled in the Hebrew, like translation to English, Mumser. I'm going
to change your name in my phone to Mumser.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. But their band name is Mumzer.
Nice. What genre? Like rock?
I would say like more like soft rock kind of. Yeah.
That doesn't give Hebrew bastard.
So the band itself is they do a lot of their songs are like real stuff. So a lot of the members are in recovery for something, and they all original music now. Like when they do perform at like places and stuff, they will do like covers, but they write a lot of original music, and all of it is about their journey through recovery and stuff like that.
I love that. I'm actually gonna listen to them. Like
they have really
unironically,
great songs.
Actually, shout out.
My favorite song is Stone Road. Caleb wrote that himself about a situation that he like a personal story for his life, and it is just such a banger of a song.
Will he be on Simply Heaven?
At some point, probably. Yeah, I would love to get him on there. But yeah, so Caleb also he works for Lighthouse TV, which is a Christian TV station that's like I think their headquarters is in Harrisburg, but they do stuff in like Philly, Lehigh. It's like very PA central, and he does like all the video and the editing and the audio and stuff there. So he's like very attuned to all that stuff. So like he's always my go-to for free advice on stuff.
Nice.
I told him I was like at one day one of my biggest goals is to be able to afford to put him on my payroll.
Hell yeah.
And just have him just work for me, because he is so valuable in what he does, and he's starting to realize that himself. And like the skills that he has, and I'm like, man, I would just love to literally just be able to like dump all of my stuff on him. And
would you put me on payroll?
Would I?
Would you?
Yeah. Well, so here's a hot topic. Here's a hot take. I'm very different in how I view paying people.
Okay, that did not seem like a very good segue, dude.
This is a great segue.
It's like, oh, would you hire me? Well, I have a different way of paying people.
Not like that.
Not like
Well, no, kidding. Am I?
that. Am I?
Am I?
Am I?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do a golden shower business?
Mm.
David Piss. That's how he pays people. He gives them his piss because it's so full of nutrients.
That's right.
Is it the first cycle or the second? Like, how many times has the piss filtered? Because really, you would think that
You gotta pay top dollar for the ultra cycled
For-
stuff.
ultra cycle. Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like vodka.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Great taste.
Yum.
I really, really want people to actually think that this is really pee in here. Like that's my goal. No, so the
Cross talk, more like piss talk.
Oh, haha! I get that. That's funny.
Haha, they have 2 S's in them.
Mm-hmm. So, I think that, and this is like my entrepreneurial brain that comes out with this, but I think when you pay somebody hourly, you are starting to take away from their opportunity to actually do meaningful work.
I could see that.
Because now they're just treating it as a job versus treating it as something that they can pour their passion, their creativity, and everything else into. So
you like piecework?
I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, piecework is like buy the piece or buy the project.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, for instance, I'm taking advantage of the school district does an internship program with their students, and I have a wonderful young lady who is starting to go through the process to start to work with me, and I set the intentions very clear. So I'm pretty sure the school district is very against, especially when it's during school hours, for businesses to pay, because they're getting out of school, and it's like that's supposed to be their
Priority.
Reward.
Yeah.
You know, like they're getting to skip school to go to a job or work for a business and learn actual skills, and like that should be their payment. Which,
Gotcha.
trust me, as a small business owner and working in Hamburg a lot, that is a huge incentive for a lot of businesses to be able to bring in students and give them their foot in the door, and then also for the students to get valuable experience.
Oh yeah, I did an internship in high school with the morning call, and it was incredible.
Really? Love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I peaked early.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
All downhill from there.
Yeah. I had my art all around Allentown, like on buses and
Yeah.
billboards, and
Love that.
then I didn't go to college.
Yeah, I didn't go to college either.
Oh, look at us, guys. If you want to get to where we are,
Yeah.
don't go to college.
Yeah, if you want to sit on a garbage couch in Danny's living room and
Promoting
talk
piss.
about promoting pee bottles, sold 16 ounces and 24 ounces. But anyway, so I told her
How many ounces is this?
16.9. That's
Did
a
you
standard.
did
It's
you
a
just-
standard water bottle.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know that you just have that ready to go. That's common knowledge for you.
Do we really want to start going down what is ready knowledge up here? Because we can go down
How many cups are in a gallon?
8.
Wow, is that real?
No, 16. Sorry, 16. 8.5 gallon, I think. Look it up.
I'm not looking it up. That's why it's not common knowledge for me. Because something about fluid measurements in general, I don't.
We should just go to metric. Metric
That's
makes
also
some of
why
the
I
things
don't like.
easier.
Maybe that's why I don't care about tall guys. Because I don't care about measurements. Size doesn't matter.
I was right. 16. I was right the second time.
You're right the second.
Second time. 8 is a half gallon. Yeah.
You're close enough.
Yeah.
Do
my shoe
you
came
want
untied.
to tie that?
No, I want to leave it untied.
I'm not even wearing shoes, and I was showing
Here.
my gross bottoms
There
of
we
my
go.
socks.
Now we're getting more casual. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I usually keep I usually keep shoes that I tell myself I'm gonna put on for my pod, and then I almost always forget. And then I always tell myself I'll keep my feet out of frame, but then I almost always do this. So
Yeah.
no, honestly, I should be more worried about showing my feet with all you sickos out there.
No.
With feet,
For all the
wiki
sickos out there.
feet.
There you go.
Now you're
Size 10.5.
David, you have done a great job marketing all the things you shouldn't instead of your big arsenal of things you actually could market. We spent more time marketing your piss and your feet.
Yeah. Right. All right. So let's go back to the topic. We'll go back to marketing and that stuff then.
I don't know what topic we were on.
We're going back to the how to pay things, like the paper piece
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So like I told her after this internship, if like, because she's a junior now in school, so I was like, if this is the path that you want to take, and like eventually like actually want to work with me, like I told her flat, I was like, I don't believe in paying hourly, because like my ultimate goal with anybody that I ever work with is they'll work with me and I get them to the point where they start to understand that it's not your time that's valuable, it's you that's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And the effort and the things that you are able to create and to do, the better that you get at it, the more valuable it becomes. And because of that, if I pay you hourly, I'm going to limit your ability to grow.
Yeah.
So it goes on a per project basis. And I said, so my ultimate goal is that I have a pipeline of people that are coming through my business that I'm molding and growing into being able to do and run their own business.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it comes to the point where they're either helping bring in clients for my business, or we're doing enough projects and they're starting to focus and specialize in one niche area of digital marketing that I can be so confident in their abilities to be like, hey, I'm not paying you anymore.
Yeah.
I want you to now, like, let's get your LLC created.
Yeah, freelance,
let's get that.
do some stuff, yeah.
You do it, and now I'm going to choose you as my sole person to go to for these things.
Yeah.
And then now there's a partnership and a business dealing there. And now they're on business for themselves. They can start marketing themselves and being on their own. And then they have their own business that they can run and go that way. And
yeah, I can see how you're doing that even right now, because it's like you have people on crosstalk and then you share you engage with their content, and then you constantly come back to them. Mm-hmm. Like it's been inspiring, and also just like really cool to watch how you have built this whole network. And like, when did you start really interacting with like Hamburg community in this way? Because you really are like a cornerstone now to this town and the like little economy within it.
That's really kind of you to say that, so thank you. Honestly, it really just started this year. So I graduated from Hamburg High School. I've been coaching at Hamburg for wrestling for 2 years. This is coming into my third year at Hamburg. Mm-hmm. And when I was looking to start my business, so a little backstory is I was doing digital marketing and direct sales work for most of my working career. I took a 2-year hiatus to do nursing, which you can learn more about that story on
Two Mamas No Manual.
Two Mamas No Manual, except for this man that was on the pod.
Yes, our first guest.
Yeah. And
you give mommy factor. We had an ongoing joke about where David was trying to coin daddy factor for himself, mm-hmm. but maybe you have mommy factor. Maybe you baby girl. As you drink the piss. Yeah, but yes, go on about getting involved in Hamburg.
Yeah. So in 2024, I was Across the Way LLC was technically founded in August of 2023 is when I got my fictitious name. I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So I just had the LLC entity, saved the name, got my EIN number. And that was around the time I was still doing in-home care. And I think that this is something that I wish would be talked about more. But there is a part in a man's life where he feels a fulfillment when he knows that what his work he's doing comes back and it's providing for the family. Mm-hmm. There's a fulfillment. I think that that's some way that God created man and women different, that in a man's head there's the fulfillment piece of actually going out and working, doing something, laboring.
That's like also even from like cavemen, like the
hunters and gatherers. Yeah. So I think that's very instilled in our unique nature and DNA. And so for me, it was like I never needed a woman to provide financially for the family. I would want, if they wanted to work, I wanted them to be able to do it as a hobby, as a stress release, as whatever they wanted it to be.
Yeah, like a passion.
A passion.
Not a literal like mandatory requirement for them to survive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, so I would always put that onus on me of like, okay, well, whatever I do, I have to succeed at. And That was the best stress that I ever put on myself.
Pressure makes diamonds.
It does. It
Yeah.
bursts pipes, but it also makes diamonds. That's right. You never heard that?
No.
Pressure bursts pipes, but it also makes diamonds.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's just addressing the fact that, sometimes people look at pressure as like, oh, I don't want to be pressured. But it's like, yeah, but pressure bursts pipes, but it also makes diamonds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They just seem like unrelated things.
No.
Well, no, the only related thing is pressure.
Yeah.
Pipes just exist. We built pipes in
Right.
ground, and then, like, I guess pressure fucks them up, I guess. Or
Yeah,
the
it does.
water, or the sheer amount
Yeah.
of, like, water pressure. But then, like,
Yeah.
diamonds are just an entirely different thing.
Right. Well, pressure can create... The whole thing is, like, pressure can create chaos or it can create something beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
I just didn't like that. I was just not impressed with that.
I really want you to get the zoom in of me rolling my eyes at you saying that. Like, that needs to be... And that needs to be
I'll
in the
clip
pod.
that.
Yeah, please
That'll
do.
be the promo. Just wait 6 months for this to come out, and you'll see it. I'll make a note of that. David wants me to get his eye roll, so
Yeah.
just have my own guests
Clip
start
this.
being real condescending towards me.
Anyway, I'm just gonna keep it going. So you can just do a whole blooper reel with just all my eye rolls at you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If anyone has made it this far in the pod, they're actually probably just so thankful that there's actual wisdom and content getting served.
Is there? Is that what we're calling this now?
I mean, you're talking about, letting the pressure of having 2 children and getting you to build this little kingdom within Hamburg. And
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when I was thinking about what I could do, the thought of, okay, well, I can either grow the home care business that I'm doing, or I can try to start a new side project. And when I thought about growing the home care business, that would have removed me from being able to be at home more.
Right. It just wasn't meant for you. And you knew that.
Yeah. So I had the idea.
And again, guys, if you are interested in all these details, please watch the Two Mamas No Manual episode 4. Gotta plug that. I'm gonna cut you off to
Please
plug
do.
your
'Cause that
story even further. Because you go a lot more in depth about that.
It's super in depth there. That was actually the first time I think on a podcast that I ever really fully talked about my story. So it was awesome that you guys gave me the opportunity.
Look at that. Almost like I'm a good podcast.
Yeah, Leah
host.
was wonderful. Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking of like what business I could start, I had tried like right after COVID to do my own digital marketing business, but I was honestly just too scared to actually get the jump on it. Like actually going out to businesses and trying to start it. And that was also before I was saved. And for me, I think like so many people can say like, oh, I'm money motivated.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is like, we're really not.
Mm-hmm.
Because making money has never, I mean, and I could be wrong, there might be some people out there that might be able to say it, but I'm going to argue that it's not going to be fulfilling long term.
Mm-hmm.
Because when life would really hit, for me to want to wake up when I'm doing something on my own, to want to wake up and the sole purpose is like to make more money, when like you hit anxiety or depression or anything like that, like that's not enough to get me out of bed.
Yeah, and like I think people forget that money is like a third party middleman to actual purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like we're motivated by money because we have to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, if your survival needs are taken care of, are you truly waking up and being like, "Oh, I want to add another zero to my bank account"? It's like, no, you're probably going to wake up and you're going to feel what your soul is calling you for that day. Do you want to connect with nature? Do you want to be creative? Do you want to, spend time with love or family members, And so I would agree that, like, I think people just forget what money truly is, and they think that's what motivates them. But it's like, no, I think you're just motivated by your desire to survive in such a way that maybe you'll get a chance to thrive and follow your passions.
Yeah, 100%. And when I realized that, like, I never it never motivated me to want to start, because also at that same time I mean I was, and this is also in the Two Mamas No Manual pod.
Yeah, David, you're overlapping a lot of this story. They're not gonna go to Two Mamas No Manual. Leave some mystery.
I am. I'm gonna name drop a large thing here. Like, I was making a 6-figure salary. And having that comfort, I never felt like it was like I needed to step out and do my own thing. So to go from that and then to try to start my own thing and take a huge pay cut and try to juggle both of those, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
So then the passion was came back, and I was reminded by the grace of God of like, hey, remember like all these digital marketing skills that you have that you're not using right now? Like, you could use those. So
what's your favorite part of digital marketing? And I mean like favorite element, like not favorite part, like, oh, creativity. No, like for me, I love designing logos and doing branding.
I love that.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
When I first started, it was website design. And my heart still goes for website design, but I think I'm at the point now where I love more being able to, and this is gonna, you're probably not gonna like the answer, but it kind of goes into the branding.
What do you mean that I'm not gonna like the answer?
Because the genuine answer is like, I don't necessarily have a favorite part, because my favorite part is
helping people.
No, it's the ability to like let businesses, giving businesses the opportunity to let their brand shine. Helping people.
No, but I like that answer.
Because
that's empowering people, and it's empowering their business, empowering their passion, and that's all what I. Why wouldn't I like that, David?
Because I didn't necessarily, like, I'm not giving like a logo design or like social media marketing or website design. Like, it's like,
yeah, that was a cop out.
But it's the truth, though.
I like the answer. I don't like the context.
Yeah. Okay.
Boo.
Boo.
That's a C. That's a C. That's a classic answer? C answer.
Well, hey, back to high school. Here we are with the straight C's. Love it. Actually, I was a decent student. But...
You know, David came on the pod to just give straight C answers and drink piss.
Yeah.
You lost it.
Peas on the ground now.
Peas on the ground now.
Yeah. I was starting to get that business off the ground end of last year. Was juggling both, and then on December 15th, my life hit a complete dead stop. Lost everything, and in the weeks to come, lost out on the home care business because I couldn't show up and do the job, so they found other people to do it, and all I was left with was this vision for a business that had no traction. I had a few connections with some of the small businesses in Hamburg, and when I was able to come back, I reconnected with some of those businesses and started picking it up, and through those connections I got connected with more people, and those same people that shared the same vision and passion that I had, and just continued to go from there. So that's the long-winded answer to your very simple question of how did I start with Hamburg?
I know. I was like, oh, he's going into his whole life story again. I was like, I'm going to let him ride, and then I'm going to rush him halfway through. That was the plan from the rip. You guys need to watch the other pod, okay? If you're enjoying this, if you've made it this far, I insist, please watch Two Mamas No Manual episode 4.
And if you're not enjoying this, just go watch that anyway. Like, that's more entertaining.
If you're not enjoying this,
no, just cut it off. You know what?
You don't need to.
I know. I get it. I'm not entertaining.
This is a very badly done interview, so I can appreciate if you don't. No, not. Well, your answers have been C grade. No, more.
Yeah, the host is great. The guest.
No.
This is gonna be the last time I ever get invited on a podcast. This is why I have to do my own, because nobody wants me on their podcast.
I was so ready to like shove it in your face how professional I could be. I was like, I'm gonna have David on the pod, and I'm gonna just be the greatest interview he's ever seen. Because like the brain does funny things. Like you know, seeing your equipment and like knowing your expertise in a lot of things, I was like, I need to prove it to David that I'm not.
I don't like the word expertise. I don't like when people.
Fine, whatever. Your knowledge, all the little things that you have to grab out of your brain. Okay, they intimidate me, and so I was like, I am going.
Do I intimidate you?
Yeah. Well, In a business sense, yes.
How?
Personal sense, no. You entertain me immensely as a personal. Good, but like as a business person, yes, you know a lot of things, you know how to streamline. And so I was like,
That's just a gifting that God gave me, though. Like, I can't take any credit for it because. So here's my riff with like being an expert.
okay.
So, I've been blessed that one of my biggest struggles isn't pride. I think, and this.
Well, you
this
said
is
you
gonna,
grew up fat and made fun of yourself, so.
Yeah, right. So.
Was that a really, that felt like very,
No, I was fat and I made fun of myself. Yeah, that's fine.
I know, it just felt like it felt like a jab. It felt like a jab the way I just like threw it out, even though that was your own lore.
Yeah, I think those words were actually, that was like a verbatim, word for word analysis of what I said. So I think that was good. But yeah, I mean, like, I just don't, not that I've been blessed that I don't struggle with pride, but that doesn't mean that it won't come and get me. Because there have been moments that, like, I've seen pride kind of step in. I mean, there's things that I'm, like, prideful with in my relationship with God, and that's just whenever I feel like I can do something better than God can. Like, that's the definition of pride in my book. But
there's things you think you can do better than God.
So, do you want to go down this tangent?
Yeah. Because I
anything that you don't surrender to God is you saying that you can do it better than God.
Oh, okay, I see.
You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, not that, like, I'm consciously like, God, I can do better than you. It's like,
there's a car alarm going off.
Yeah, so we had Sophie barking, car alarms.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Hamburg. This is, you know.
This is our town.
This is our town.
Yeah.
There's been so many times where I'm recording a pod and, oh wait, you were here, and someone was like doing some shit right outside. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But okay, I see. So anything you don't turn over to God, you're basically like saying, "Fuck you, God. I got this better than you."
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, with the pride piece, though, like, I'm in this reference of, like, I just think the moment that I start believing that I'm an expert, it will take away from my actual humility and my ability to want to learn and be creative. Because, like,
yeah,
I never, even if people consider me an expert in something, especially in digital marketing, I might have 10,000 hours, which I guess is the technical definition that people use for, like, being an expert or mastering a
10,000 hours
a craft. Yeah. But with
how many hours is in a year?
I'm not sure. So the 10,000.
What do you think 10,000 hours would be?
So like? they did that off of, like, a regular 40-hour work week. I think they say it takes 10 years to be a master of something, which is 10,000 hours, and that's like a 40-hour work week, so 52 weeks a year. I think that's how they got the number.
Okay.
So, like, people say, like, you know, it should take you about 10 years to be an expert in something, or 10,000 hours, which usually happens in 10 years of a 40-hour work week. But yeah, I want to be, I never want, like, I gave a talk today with the Our Town Foundation, and, like, and when I gave a talk the other week at, shout out Liz Herflicker and the Greater Wellness Holistics Expo and the networking event, like, whenever I give talks and I have the privilege of speaking on knowledge that I've attained, I never like to speak from a podium and make it like I'm talking to you. I like it to be like I'm
a conversation.
We're having a conversation. So, like, today, for instance, I live streamed it on Facebook so people can go back and watch. It was on Google Business Optimization, like your Google Business page for local businesses. And I was sitting in a chair, and we were just talking about ideas, and I had everybody pull up their Google Business profiles, and as I was talking about something, we were doing it right away.
Oh, cool.
And, like, that's the style, like, I like, because it's like,
yeah,
it's one business owner to another. It's one podcast host to another. Like, that's what I like.
Yeah.
Because when people start putting me on a pedestal, or other people in general on a pedestal, all you're doing is you're setting them up for failure. And I don't want that. Like, I want, ultimately, people, when they look at me, to see Jesus as a Christian. Like, I want my work ethic, my business success, my knowledge, my passions. Like, I want people to look at me and be like, why is he so passionate?
Mm-hmm.
And that's if they're not a believer. But if they are a believer, I want them to be like, oh, well, it's just because
What are some things you think you could improve upon to do that? Because I also am on pursuit of that. Like, you know, as someone who's been on a spiritual journey for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, hey, you're a master in spiritual and being on a spiritual journey. Look at that.
Dude, when you said that, I was like, what have I done for 10 years? I'm like, oh, I've been like awakened to my consciousness and my spiritual nature for 10 years. But like when I do like think of, you know, how I want to be a good person, I want to be a role model, I want to live intentionally and with purpose and with passion, and I want to be a safe place for people, a place of non-judgment, a place where people can laugh, a place where people can cry and connect with, and you know,
which you do a very good job with, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You don't get many compliments from me, so I figured I'd sprinkle them in there.
We're actually friends, guys. Okay, you don't need to worry about David and I subtly hating each other. My partner Dylan was literally concerned that we were actually gonna start fighting.
I love that.
No, we're actually friends, but yeah.
Was he more concerned of like you hating me or like me hating you?
I think you hating me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm also always the bad guy. like, do not worry about that. But you know, it's
because I was like, man, he must have missed a lot of it because like I didn't even feel like during our pod time together, Two Mamas, that I was even throwing that many jabs.
You don't think you were throwing that many jabs?
Not as many as you were.
I don't know, bro. You said I had crazy eyes.
Right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
It's my focus.
Come here. Give the camera point of view right now.
I used to have a close up myself, but I was doing this because I was trying to focus. Yeah, I used to have a close up. Now I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah,
setting up 3 cameras is like crazy.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, what are some ways? Because I do think that you also really embody those Christ-like qualities. Like I do think you do embody that. What are some things like I know I need to get better with a lot of stuff in my head, like mentally in my head. Yeah. When you said that you have an attachment to affection, I definitely deeply have that. Also, we share a lot of things from our childhood that we seek affection
and approval.
Yeah.
Like the approval from
so
others.
like
yeah.
I'm working through that stuff. Like I think my actions are good, but it's like the stuff in my head is still worked on. But what are some things that you are hoping to work on to further align yourself with that?
Yeah. So I do want to just acknowledge what you just said there. The battle between our ears is, I think, the hardest battle that we will ever face. Because so much, and especially when you grow up in a dysfunctional household, that's all you knew growing up. And I think our parents' generation, with going through the World War and the Great Depression, like that kind of, through that experience, it really shut that off for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So nobody was really in tune with their emotions, because everybody in that time, with all the chaos of everything that was happening, it was like you just flew by the seat of your pants, and it's like you didn't have time or the opportunity to think about that stuff. But and what I love about the Bible, and even if you're not a Christian, I just challenge people just to read the Bible, because there's so much wisdom in one singular book, which is actually 66 separate books inside of one book.
Yeah.
That help you in your everyday life. When I was very young, I always heard the acronym of the Bible, which was Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth.
Aww.
And what's funny is, like, even though that's like super cliche and
no, I love that. I love it.
But it's but it's like so true when you actually think about it. Like the book of Proverbs itself, there's so much wisdom in that book alone. And then when you start to read like the stories of real people, because it's now been, I think there's like 90-something% of the stories that you read about in the Bible, like there is proven artificial context outside from the Bible. So like other historical texts reference these people actually existing and walking and living on the earth. So when you read the actual stories and the first person perspectives, or even the third person perspectives of some of these figures in the Bible, and you get to learn from their experiences, and you start to really see it, what they went through then, even though like they didn't have the technology that we have now, what they struggled with and what they went through is no different than what we face today.
Oh yeah, and people even say that about Shakespeare. That's
Yeah.
why they teach Shakespeare in school, and I do wonder if it is because some religious teachings had to get pulled out, which I'm whatever. I'm not voicing any opinions about that. I actually did. If you watch my episode with P.A. Poppin, we did talk about religion in school on that one. But yeah, but yes, Shakespeare is very similar, where it's like it's all those human nature, just human nature, and like
Yeah.
some things don't change. The struggle in our minds and in our hearts, and the conflict of what's in here and how we bring it out to the world that
Yeah.
is timeless. That's
Yeah.
just forever.
Yeah. And for the things that I think like are my areas of opportunity, I mean, I still struggle like with the battle in between my ears. The pride piece can come in a little bit, like I said.
Oh yeah, me too. That's why
Like-
I was gonna prove to you how good of a podcaster I was.
Yeah.
But then I immediately went out the door. So
Yeah, and for me, like, I post on social media all the time. Just part of like, trying to also in hopes that, like, people see like honestly like how easy it is, and how sometimes I'll post things where like there's absolutely no thought behind it and I'm just posting it.
yeah,
But it's like sometimes it's like I get caught up because like I see my following grow. I see people say really nice things like you've said about like whatever you cornerstone of Hamburg or whatever, and like you're not the first person that said that, and that makes me then feel like I'm on a pedestal and like people look at me like that, so then it makes me want to believe like, oh well, like I can't be posting this type of stuff anymore because like, well, what if they find out that that's not really who I am, or like stuff, and then I'm like,
that yeah, it is.
so I have to be
I go through
reminded
that a
and-
lot too.
and humbled, and like have that top of mind always of like, no, like everything that I've went through in my life led me to where I am today, whether it's stuff that I'm proud of, whether it's stuff that I wish nobody would ever know about. All of that is what makes me who I am today.
Yes.
And I can't change my past or what I did, but I can change how I am today against what my past has. And like I've done some awful things, and I'm gonna be the first person to admit that. Like
Oh yeah.
I
Authenticity is so important, because if you're not being authentic with yourself and with the outer world, people aren't going to know that you're a safe person for them to address those things.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing with everything I've written for like realistic intentionality, where it's like you have to be brutally honest with yourself. You have to acknowledge the good, the bad, the strengths, the weaknesses, because you will never fully empower yourself or find the love that you deserve or find the people that you deserve to have in your life if you're being inauthentic.
Yeah. And like I can just remember when I was in the season of my life where I was trying to be someone that I wasn't, and I look at my friends in that time, and I'm gonna say friends like this, like
Yeah.
those relationships were so face value.
Yep.
Like if I was in desperate need, maybe they would have showed up. But like now, because of who I am, number one, I know that my friends aren't my friends or in my life because of what I can provide for them, because when I had these friends and I got these friends, I had nothing.
Yeah.
Like most of my closest friends right now were with me when I was going through this separation. I didn't have a car, didn't have a place to stay. I was living in a sobriety house. I was a broken shell of a man. And that's when these people were in my life.
Right.
And I never have to worry if I call them and I'm struggling with something that they're going to be like, David, come on.
Right.
They're like, they were the ones that are going to remind me of who I am, what I've been through, what I've overcome. And then the good thing is, like, because they got to see me in that spot, now they feel comfortable enough to come to me when they're going through something, whether it's similar, of no relation, but they're just struggling. And now because they know that I opened the door and I allowed them in to a very vulnerable and dark part of my life, they feel more comfortable that they can trust and come to me because I trusted them.
Yep.
And now I have friendships that I've dreamed of ever since I was a little kid that, like,
Yeah.
I never thought was possible. And like, to go on like the seeking affirmation and attention thing, like, this is September of 2025. I have not had a relationship with a woman, and this is like huge for me because of I used to jump hop relationship to relationship.
Serial monogamous. So yeah.
Yeah. I have not talked to, like, when I say talk to, I mean like text a girl other than like a business or you like coming on the like me coming on the podcast here.
Yeah.
Not had any sort of emotional relationship with a woman.
And any kind of like dopamine chasing
for 9 months.
Wow.
And that's the longest that I've ever done that for. And the thing is like, because I was so addicted to chasing that dopamine rush, that would be the friendships that I would chase. So I'd put all of this love and compassion and energy that I had that could have strengthened men in my life in those relationships to help actually build me up. Not that women can't build you up, but like
without a subcontext of some sort of like,
exactly
it exists. And like,
it does.
I struggle very much with the same thing where it's like, and it's made it very hard with like, monogamy in general. And then just like, I do it with like friendships too, where I get favorite person syndrome, where like, I'm like, oh, this person's about to be my best friend. Like, oh, this person's about to be like who I can like talk to all day. Cause like, as a stay-at-home mom, I'm just at home alone doing the grind. And so I do crave that dopamine because it's an addiction.
Right.
And, I have to like remind myself like, no, like this person does not just exist to be my best friend, to be at my beck and call, or like even back in, where it's like, oh, this person's just a crush. Okay. They're not going to literally like sweep me off my feet and give me my fairy tale family and life that I always wanted. And it's tough. It's tough. And there is like, it is very valuable to, and I say this as a pansexual, gender queer woman that swings all sorts of ways, it is very beneficial to have same-sex relationships because there is also a biological element that tends to muck up the process.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I will say that. So I do think I think what you're doing with that, when you had spoke about that on Two Mamas No Manual, I was like, immediately like, oh, like I can relate to that so much. And I do think that is not talked about enough. No, not
because
we are in such a society where finding that person,
it's because everything's Hollywoodized.
Everything's, and it's like we're told like romantic love is put on such a high pedestal over like
real love
and any love, multi-dimensional love, where it's just like love between friends, love between coworkers, love between animals, love between being of service, love with God, love with existence and nature. It's like love with self.
It's very selfish love. It's very selfish love that's promoted.
A love that's rooted in possession, where it's like people want to be like, this is my person, and like and it almost is a disservice. And like I've been battling with that a lot. So,
well, I mean, like how often, like in Hollywood movies, we watch like these true love situations, and like how many of them come from like both people were in a relationship, but like the spark was dying out, and we chase like this feeling of love.
Yeah.
And like the best, and this is like so countercultural, but like when you look at like real biblical love, which is there's the 3 different types of love that's talked about in the Bible. There's
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't read the Bible yet. Yeah. I'm working through them through sermons, but
that's okay.
But what are the 3 loves in the Bible? Catch me up.
So there is phileo, which is where we get the word like phila, like Philadelphia, like the city of brotherly love.
Philanthropy?
Maybe. I think so. Yeah, probably.
Seems similar.
Yeah. Close enough.
Which Philadelphia is a city of brotherly love, guys.
So phileo love is the love that you, like, it's from I would say people like person to person.
Okay.
In the sense of like so a wife, for instance, in the Bible is called to phileo, love. That's the Greek that's used in the ancient translations. Their husbands, which is a love. Actually, I'm gonna butcher all of these. Hold on.
Hold on. Well, David's pulling up the words. But yeah, I think philanthropy probably is based off that also, because philanthropy is doing good for fellow humans.
So agape love is what husbands are actually called to love their wives, which agape love is the same love that Jesus showed by dying on the cross. So husbands are actually called to sacrificially love their wives, which is why, and if anybody out there is listening and it's like, oh, this is so countercultural, if we were on a ship, like let's look at the Titanic, for instance, okay? The ship that
I have no idea where you're going with this.
You will in a second.
I'm ready.
How would you feel if all of the men in that time that decided to let the women and children go first decided, no, I need to get on that lifeboat myself, and then we hear stories of all these women and children dying because the men took it for themselves? How does that make you feel? Sit with that for a second, because that goes against our culture and our inner being as humans.
It gives
to see like men being selfish and like letting a woman and child die, right? That's agape love. That's what men and husbands are called to love their wives with, is that sacrificial love, which is literally to the extent of like, if there was an intruder in the house, you would want your significant other to put his own life at risk to protect your life and your kid's life, right? That's the type of love that a man is called to love his wife with.
Yeah, because it's a protect, and even with the like spiritual, like divine masculine, divine feminine, the feminine brings life and nourishes life. So the divine masculine is meant to protect that.
Yeah, so it's the nature of agape is a love of the will, a deliberate choice rather than a feeling. It acts for the benefit of another person, whether they deserve it or not. Then phileo is based on shared values, respect, and mutual affection. So it is the love of a brother or a close companion. And then there is eros, which is a passionate love that includes desire and physical intimacy. It is celebrated as a good and natural part of the marital relationship. So all three loves are supposed to happen in a biblical designed marriage. So agape is the husband to wife. Phileo, which is from wife to husband. And then eros is what they share together maritally. Yeah.
So it's like he protects, then she nourishes, and then they both find passion within that. And I just saw a picture. Dude, I really should start putting pictures on the pod. But it was a triangle, right? And the top was God. And
I know where this is going.
Yeah, and it's the wife and husband are the two lower corners. And it says, like, if you imagine a triangle, the closer that a woman and a man as individuals get to God, within the triangle, they meet up a little closer. And so it's like the closer that you connect with like a higher purpose, like even if you don't like the word God, it's like whatever higher purpose it is, if you use that to unify, it will only bring you closer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, David, wow, we just got in deep. We like we put all the potent stuff at the end. People had to get through a lot of stuff to get
That's how I like to do it. We finished strong here.
Yeah. So, David, where can people find you?
Yeah. Facebook. You can follow the business Across the Way LLC. Instagram is the same, Across the Way LLC. TikTok and YouTube, it's Crosstalk PA. Or you can follow my personal page, David Madera, on Facebook.
And davidspiss.com.
And davidspiss.com. Yeah, that's right.
He hasn't you don't have the domain yet. Don't go there, guys. Don't go there. Just hit him up personally if you need some nutritious piss for your basic bodily needs. Well, David, thank you so much. I don't want to inflate your ego, but I will say I think you're doing a wonderful job. I think you are truly a very incredible person. I think you're really funny. I think you're really talented. I think the content you create is genuinely helping people and making people have a better connection with their community, because ultimately content is a way to connect. It's not just cringe fest online on TikTok. No, it is a way of connecting people. I think you're doing that so much within this community, and you're growing Hamburg, which is just an incredible town. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for all that you do
Oh.
behind the scenes of a lot of things, because with doing this podcast, doing the Two Mamas No Manual, and also your involvement with Goat House and all the other things that you
While
do.
raising a whole kid, guys.
While raising a whole kid. That's right. Not a half a kid, a whole kid.
A whole kid.
Whole kid. That should not go unnoticed as well. Because what you do is phenomenal. And the stuff that you do let other people in on and being able to see and what you promote and post on social media, it is also very amazing and inspiring. So
Thank you. David's been helping me engage with people more, because usually I just lurk and I don't like or share. So I've been liking and sharing and finding my own peace in the community, thanks to his his wisdom with that. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Please know that you are so worthy of the space you occupy. Your life is precious. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to receive all kinds of love in this life. You are valuable. You are important. I cherish you. I recognize you. And I really hope that you know you can create the life that you exist for. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.